Ukraine Travel Guide. When do you hope to travel to Ukraine? You are surely heading to a country with a lot of unique and rich history. If you have not browsed through any Ukraine travel guides, you may not see good things that this flowery country has to offer tourists, including beautiful nature. People who can see beyond its tragic history are thronging the country these days. Ukraine is a country in Eastern Europe that was for a long time part of the Russian Empire and later of the Soviet Union. This past makes Ukraine a destination for tourists from Western European countries and parts of the world. This Ukraine travel guide is a summary of all you need to know about Ukraine, why you should visit Ukraine. Visit Ukraine to see firsthand where the country is coming from and appreciate the progress made so far. Many misconceptions about Ukraine can only be cleared by visiting or, to an extent, by checking through a Ukraine travel guide. You will see a lot of developments that have taken place in Ukraine since its independence in 1991. You will also find a lot of things to do in Kiev, the largest city and capital of Ukraine. Another city you may have heard about is Lviv, a medieval city and administrative center of the Lviv province in western Ukraine. Your visiting Ukraine will also show you how different ethnic groups have trudged the country from east to west. You will find relics of Slavs, Turkic Tatars, Mongols, Jews, and Vikings escapades. Generations of these ethnic groups have now come together to form the political entity now known as Ukraine. However, your visit to Ukraine will quickly show you a multi-ethnic nation with a reflection of convoluted history everywhere in the country. Things to do in Ukraine. Among other things, you can visit Ukraine to do one or more of the following: hike in the Carpathian Mountains, bathe in the Black Sea, enjoy Cossack history in central Ukraine, hang out at the Viennese caffeine culture of Lviv, check in at historical fortresses such as Kamenets-Podilsky, go see massive Soviet architecture in different cities such as Kharkiv, see the prehistoric carved stone formations of Kamena Manyola. This used to be the stronghold of the anarchist Hujapole. Visit the Hutzel villages of deep western Ukraine. Visit the Orthodox monasteries of Kiev with their domes of gold. Check out the site of the worst nuclear catastrophe in human history. More about Ukraine. There is a lot more to learn about the country in this Ukraine travel guide. Languages. Both Russian and Ukrainian are freely used in the country. While Russian is spoken in the eastern part, Ukrainian is the preferred language of the West. Of course, speaking Russian does not take anything away from the Westerner's Ukrainian nationality. If you hope to enjoy reading while in Ukraine, endeavor to learn Krylik. Currency. Hryvnia is the basic unit of money in Ukraine. If you take a few dollars, pounds, or euros with you, you will get a lot of hryvnia due to the weak currency exchange rate. Thus, visitors can assume that things are cheap in Ukraine. And it is, compared in dollars to marketplaces in the US and other parts of Europe. Getting around. Ukrainian transportation is efficient. It's affordable compared to what obtains in other European countries like Germany, France, and the United Kingdom. You can buy train tickets by checking through Ukrainian railroad websites, though they do not run that often in the eastern part of the country. Flight and road transport operators are also on the ground, making getting around in Ukraine and traveling to and from Ukraine a nice experience. Culture. Ukraine has a lot of rich and more colorful culture than you can read in any Ukraine travel guide. When you visit Ukraine, it would not take long before you learn the country's traditional songs. Cossack equestrian skills and haircuts are not a rarity. Try to save some money as you move around, because toward to your end of your visit to Ukraine, you will be enticed by the traditional embroidered clothes. Foods. You will surely enjoy borscht, the beet soup, and vareniki, the dumplings. These dishes can be made on several varieties in Ukrainian cuisines. You will also find several Georgian foods in many eatouts. Be prepared also to eat the kremen tartar during your 2-week travel to Ukraine. Hospitality. Ukrainian people are generally hospitable. Sighting foreigners ignites their interest. Foreigners are usually given VIP treatments, which they are expected to reciprocate. By creating a public itinerary on Couchsurfing or Tinder, you will see the best side of Ukrainians. Of course, there are budget good star hotels around. This Ukrainian travel guide should have opened your eyes to a lot. Yes, so many things to do in Ukraine. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell.